It's off rip. What we talking about today?
So we got Houston rap. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my double cup out real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Really,
But
nigga?
shit.
You did not just touch the cup, nigga.
My bad. I didn't mean to expose you like that.
Let's keep going.
Can't spell the lean. Don't spell it.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Mylene, can you put that clip in there, bro? Please. All right, bro.
What you finna do with that? Yeah, what?
You want a piece of paper, bro?
Hell yeah.
So since we talking about Houston, we can't forget the OGs. Let's go straight from, or let's begin from Willie D, Scarface, and Ghetto Boys, or Jay Prince, who put them on. We'll say Jay Prince actually had an original group of Ghetto Boys who actually got replaced by Willie D and the Ghetto Boys we know. And then Willie D and Scarface also had solo tracks that pretty much just put Houston on the map for real. From there we kind of move into the Swish, not the Swish House, the Screw tapes by DJ Screw from the south side of Houston, and then from there you had Swisher House with from the north side. So this is where we get in the territory of everyone really knows of people like Lil Kiki from DJ Screw side, Fat Pat, Pimp C. Actually, I think Pimp C's from the north side actually, but on the north side we got Paul Wall. Chameleonaire, and then of course I think the actual DJ who actually made the Swish mixes is DJ Swish 5000, but I might be butchering that, but
They gonna come for you.
I was actually trying to get his name correct, but like yeah, from that like kind of group of people I just named from those like kind of 2000s niggas, who were really like I guess people you really like from that group of people.
Bun B.
For sure, yeah. UGK.
UGK, yeah.
DJ Screw, obviously, just like a big influence to a lot of like modern music. I feel like very underrated. Well, I wouldn't say underrated, but like his influence goes unnoticed. I feel like a lot of
I
times.
didn't know that like he didn't like not one song is he didn't produce anything, like all that shit is just later tracks on top of each other. Like I just never really knew
Oh
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was
Like how
straight up. It was
yeah,
straight like
he's a
DJing.
yeah, like a pure DJ through and through. It's just like some of the cuts you would hear every now and then. I just assumed like
It just sound
maybe
so
you
intense.
maybe you messed with
Low-key
something
had
but he didn't.
like drum fills,
Yeah,
like,
that's
just with
what
the
I'm
way
saying,
he
bro.
chopped it up. So it was just crazy the way he just pioneered that whole sound, honestly.
But what's up? I saw what's he got his own. Cause what's cool about Screw is that he was niggas selling tapes out his mom's house, and then once he got his own place, he had this place called the Wood Room, and then that's how you got 3 in the morning, those type albums.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He would literally just mix all his mixes, get a couple rappers in, and those rappers were literally stuck until he got his mixes done.
No, a lot of times a lot of those raps were freestyle. Like it would just straight
That's what
up be
I'm saying.
like he just have fools over, like they're going around in a circle,
But literally-
cyphering, rapping normally, just pitch that shit down.
Them niggas would be stuck in there for like 3-4 days.
That's crazy, yeah. Well, shit. Let's talk about just like what made like the Texas sound. You know what I mean? What influenced this sort of thing? You know what I mean? Because we had the OG.
You gotta talk about Texas in general, just
for sure. Yeah, I mean
everything bigger than Texas. You know what I'm saying? Just like
yeah, like low riders, like bigger
Slabs.
slab, yeah, that whole shit, and just
Johnny Dang with the chains and all that.
Uh-huh.
That blew
The
up. That
gorillas,
blew
yeah.
up because of Paul Wall and all them with all the chains. Johnny Dang capitalized on that right there.
But
Like,
even before that, like with like Ghetto Boys and all that, I feel like we were talking about before was like they put the Texas sound on, the Houston sound on, but they're still going by like what the mainstream sort of Texas style music was. Then I feel like once like the era of like Texas finding their own like low riding, like chopped up sort of like sample style music is like a good like point to like get into, because like that definitely has like an influence in like the lean, like the weed in the area type of thing. Like what would y'all say is like a big like influence in like what turned into the Memphis sound, or I'm tripping, the Houston sound, my bad.
definitely. I think what made that sound itself is like, since Texas in itself is so big, it was thoroughly Texas through and through, right? Like, and what I mean by that is that like
Didn't have a lot of outside influence, you think?
that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of that shit, bro, was just ingrown. Especially it's a big place. They're gonna grow by themselves regardless. And the West, if you think about it, West and East Coast, they were still having their own beef, and they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
about
the South was doing their own
they
fucking
thought South
thing.
was really country didn't care about Florida. They didn't really care about the South like that at
Yeah,
that
yeah.
point. You know what
Like,
I'm
even
saying?
like
So,
Atlanta, big ass names like Atlanta
Yeah.
and Texas, where like that wasn't even paid attention.
yeah, going back to that one thing you said, the South got something to say. Like, there's a reason why that shit
Uh-huh.
had to be said. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Niggas
No,
were
it was
not
literally a
fucking
whole
with
award show where people were beefing back and forth off the
Mhm.
East and West Coast. They get the South gets album of the year, or Outkast gets best new artist or something like that, and people are booing them just because it's like we don't know who these people are.
Yeah,
type shit.
literally.
All right, yeah. Let's just talk about like once they made their own voice, their own sound, how it made its way into mainstream music. Because honestly, I feel like even nowadays, like it goes almost unnoticed sometimes with like the amount of influence Texas really has had on like a lot of the modern production making and stuff like that, or beat making and production and all that. But yeah, let's just name some like notable tracks, some notable albums, artists.
I mean, even just like modern day Houston artists, just like Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been a big influence,
True.
just in
No,
the
but I
sound
mean,
and
I'm
stuff.
saying like still like as like the old music. Like, what are some like notable tracks that like brought that Houston sound to the mainstream? Like
To
radio
get-
stuff
to
for the
get
first
to where
time?
we're
Yeah,
at.
like
Like-
Riding
like-
Dirty,
like
like Paul Wall,
Sitting
and then like
sideways.
what's the Slim Thug one? Riding on Fofos. What's the name of the song though?
Isn't
Yeah.
it literally that?
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
It
I'm
might
That
be- it
song.
might
I'm
be.
pretty sure it's
It might be.
literally like that. Forgive me. What's it called? Bump and Grind. The fucking DJ Screw flipped the fucking R. Kelly song. That shit is fire, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'll actually just name.
Even that just whole like you mentioned earlier, 3 a.m. That DJ Screw tape is
3 a.m. is
crazy.
fire.
Yeah.
All Screwed Up is really good too. Zero. I gotta put Zero on here, man. I gotta give him some love.
Zero for sure. I mean,
No,
yeah, that's like that
Zero's
Slim
that
Thug
nigga,
era.
bro,
I say
bro.
like Zero. and
Cocaine.
Slim
That's
Thug.
the album. Cocaine.
Okay, yeah.
Costa. I ain't gonna lie. Costa used to play that shit all the time, bro.
So who are some like artists that y'all would say are carrying the sound right now? You know?
I'm gonna go.
Like
with,
the traditional sound.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Propane. You know what I'm saying? Links up with what's it called Saswaku on a daily basis, but
On a
Daily basis.
on a daily basis.
You know
what I'm
this?
saying? They gay.
Okay.
Nah, but no, they have
I
work
got
together.
insiders.
But yeah, Propane is definitely carrying that like what you consider like that lowrider, like that Houston swanger sound type shit.
But he's kind of versatile too, though.
Yeah,
Versatile
definitely.
too, for sure. Like he could switch it up on you.
A newer artist I've seen coming up is that Mexican OT repping the Texicans.
Bro, that-
you feel me?
That
The one thing
Mexican
that's actually
OT.
fire
That
about him,
Mexican
he be
OT.
rolling his R's when he don't need
Every
to. But it's not,
time, bro.
At least for me, it's not annoying.
It works with the
Okay,
flow
I didn't know if it
for
was
sure.
annoying for
No,
you,
because
but-
there's sometimes where he just says shit though. Like there's bars where he'll just say a lot of words and that means nothing. Like he just literally like he'll just say as many words as he can. They don't even rhyme together, but it sounds like he's spitting for some reason. Like I don't know. There was like a few examples I was trying to think of. I'm not trying to butcher them. But he definitely is repping that like old school sort of like just Texican sound. It's got like old like cumbia samples, which is just like a very like it's just like a Mexican style of music. Well, Colombian style of music that Mexico ended up making their own thing as well. But basically, stuff like that, and a lot of that slowed down.
He said it's spitting. That nigga, bro.
A lot of like the slowed down drums, like that very like DJ Screw almost inspired drum beats a lot of times. So I would say he's another good example, just repping that old school Texas sound.
And I feel like he's also like a good example of like that is what Houston is. Like kind of in a sense of like you can run into like a nigga like Mexico.
Yeah, exactly like him.
But then you gonna run into a nigga like Maxo, but you gonna run into a nigga like this. Like
That's why I like,
Texas is
bro.
really
That's
like
why
that,
I fuck.
like, crazy of a place.
Exactly. That's why I
shit.
fuck with Saucewalker's little thing. TSF. He got a character from every
Yeah.
type of. He's got the Mexican. He's got the one from Little Puerto Rico. He's got the one from Japan for some reason. He's got himself. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
got like every type of person you're gonna run into in Texas. Like it's crazy, except for the Japanese. But yeah. I don't even-
Yeah, he said that
Shit.
quietly.
Yeah,
He said that shit quietly.
Watch
They
it,
didn't-
bro,
they didn't
it's like
pick that up.
straight, it's like straight
That wasn't
from like
picked up.
Tokyo or some shit. Like he's like actually from Japan. Like they just flew him in again type shit. Shout out Lil White, right? That's his name.
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, don't ask me, dog. Oh man.
Yeah, shit.
But yeah, so that was Houston.
Yeah, that was a Houston episode.
Yeah.
And we ain't gonna forget about albums of the week this week.
H-Town.
H-Time, let's get into it.
It's albums of the week. Who going first? Oh, technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Niggas with the double cup of last.
And just for that, you are going first,
so
because
we'll
I don't
get-
remember the last time you went first, my nigga. Like,
yeah, so it's your turn.
let's get to it.
Yes, we did the full rotation. It was me, Will, then now it's you again.
Matter of fact, I think me and Danny have been starting all these segments first for this episode.
Damn
So it's
straight.
like,
Be your own niggas. I'm gonna go Slimier by Young Nudie.
Oh, that's a good one.
Produced by Pierre Bourne.
Mhm.
Classic. This shit screams high school for me at least. I played 2K on
Damn,
this
there's actually a
every day.
feature on that album
And
of a
then-
Houston artist. Who is it?
I ain't seen that shit.
Oh.
There's a Houston artist
Ain't
on
no
that.
free clout off my name.
Who's
You got
that?
me
oh
fucked
wow,
up, bro.
this nigga
That
said
bitch got
I
enough
am
clout,
way
bro.
too cloud.
Got enough clout.
Future
Let's
Megan
talk
Thee
about the
Stallion.
good songs, okay? Not the trash ones. Black Hippie, White Hipster, Extendo,
Yeah.
Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not trash.
No, those are all good songs.
then-
Even the one with 21 Savage, this is a fire ass song.
Call that bit Homicide.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? What that one, Hot Wings or whatever it's called, or Shada.
Why you know the song, boy? Like, disgusting, nigga.
You don't bump that?
Y'all can pick y'all out.
Okay. All right. So what's yours, Danny?
Oh yeah. Okay, so I got Lord Knows by Hoodlum on Spotify. It goes by Southside Hoodlum. He's the dude I mentioned earlier from San Antonio. He's got like really cool, just like sample heavy sort of beats. Like let me put this together. So the drums, right? Drums are just like very like 808 heavy, very like Texas sounding. And then the actual just beats, like the instrumentals are very just sample heavy, a lot of soul samples, all like gospel samples basically. And he's got like his little lyrical moments. He does that sort of whisper rappy thing that like the Mexicans in Texas be doing, the little like, you know, like the peso flow a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely a few tracks where he gets like real lyrical with it. It's pretty cool. What's yours, Will?
So lastly, mine is, what you call it? I almost forgot. I ain't gonna lie. Rodeo by Travis Scott. And you know what I'm saying? It's just a nice little ambient kind of album. Slow songs, but it got a lot of energy to it too.
Try that shit, man.
You are capping. This the one man that be
That's
telling me
literally-
day in and day
I was
out
about to say,
about how it's the best Travis
he's
Scott
really
album.
On Travis Scott with Rodeo.
Like,
like
huh?
that's the truth. That's crazy.
But-
But I was so like, I don't know about Travis. You showed me Rodeo.
I feel like it's also like the perfect example of, you know, them like slow songs that you still be raging and hyped to. It's like perfect for that because it's still,
T.I. was like
oh yeah,
just preaching.
so crazy.
Just like,
and just like a really good album to play in like the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Just relax to it, play in the car.
Like, the features?
Features are fire,
There's like
production's fire, Travis is fire.
2 Chainz, what fucking Tory, Emory,
Young Thug's on there.
Young Thug. I've never
Heard-
understood that one.
Is Young Thug on there?
Young Thug.
No, he's on Birds McKnight.
I feel like Justin Bieber's on that one.
Justin Bieber's on it.
Yeah, Justin Bieber's on that one.
I can't think of the features right now, but
Oh shit, good album though.
you know what I'm saying. That's the albums of the week,
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
and that was the
y'all.
OFFRIP podcast.
Catch y'all next episode. Make sure to
Put your
like.
double cups up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying.
Put your double cups up.
Make sure to like
Cheers.
and subscribe.
No drink, nigga.
Make sure to,
Damn, no drink,
make sure to like, subscribe, and catch y'all next
no
time.
drink.
No drink. You need to put like letters.
Take the walk.